They'll be analyzing the issue and discussing possible solutions. But by then, many more merchants may already be out of business. The fountain stands 11 meters tall. But if you walk back here, you realize that it's actually sliced in half. The decision came because the original design was too big, and they had to leave enough space on this street to allow the constant flow of buses full of tourists. People who want to donate school supplies could drop them off right here at McDonald High School. They can also contact Mr. Chen directly. Shakti Langlois-Ortega, Global News, Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue. Maya managed to raise nearly $1,900, and that doesn't include almost $700 donated by classmates and parents at the school. The teams are facing off hoping to bring this trophy home, and the final game will be held here at the sports complex on September 1st. Shakti Langlois-Ortega, Global News, Kanawagé. Despite the rain, the gathering moved out here. Some are wearing pins like this one that says no Airbnb, or this one that says Montreal is not for sale. They're coming out here to voice their concern. The program, just like artificial intelligence, will be evolving over the next 3 years, and students will be able to take advantage of it as early as next semester. Shakti Langlois-Ortega, Global News, Montreal.
It's 5 months that I'm waking up without my son, and it's the most hurtful thing that I have to go through.
Lizandre Kadou's 24-year-old son died in jail last September. On Monday, she joined dozens of protesters at the entrance to Rikers Island to demand that the city's most notorious jail be closed.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Stéphane Kadou was awaiting trial for conspiracy to murder. His mother says he died of complications from meningitis. She's convinced he caught it inside the jail.
My son, when he laid on the floor for an hour and 40 minutes and no one helped him.
Last Sunday, a Rikers detainee, 38-year-old Tars Youngblood, died. His death is the first in city custody this year. How he died is still under investigation.
Regardless of what they did or what happened, at the end of the day, they're human beings.
In 2021, 16 detainees died on the island, the most since 2013.
If the Department of Correction cannot keep people alive, they should not have them there.
There are more than 4,000 detainees on Rikers Island, either awaiting trial or serving a sentence of less than a year. Pleas to close Rikers have intensified in recent years, with numerous reports of violence and anarchy inside the jail, including detainees assaulting correction officers. Rikers has a long history of violence and mismanagement, and critics say the situation has really spun out of control in recent years. Chronic staff shortages, overcrowded holding cells, unsanitary conditions, and delayed medical attention, all amplified during the pandemic.
We are seeing a tsunami of violence, of self-harm, of suicides. What's happening on Rikers Island is no less than a full-scale humanitarian crisis.
The city intends to close the jail by 2027 and replace it with 4 smaller facilities around the city. The Department of Correction did not respond to a request for comment, but officials have said they're working aggressively to make the jail safer for everyone. For CJS News, I'm Shakti Langlois-Ortega, outside Rikers Island.
And this is where they put a plate in.
For the past 7 years, Ivanka Zajac has been sending supplies to volunteer soldiers on the front lines in Ukraine from her office in the East Village. Tactical gear, medical supplies, warm clothes, and even
Everybody gets Skippy's peanut butter from us.
It all started in 2014 when Russia invaded parts of Ukraine. Anton was a doctor, and like many civilians, he joined one of the volunteer battalions. Ivanka says they were so unprepared she had to step in.
Look at these guys. These guys they don't even have boots. They're in slippers. This is winter. They're in winter coats, and they're a mishmash of boots.
They're much better equipped this time around. But as hundreds of thousands of Russian troops intensify their military activity near the Ukrainian border, the battalions are stocking up.
Now he's asking for a medical tactical backpack, which will need supplies with tourniquets, life-saving gauze.
As another invasion looms, Ivanka's weekly check-ins have become more emotional.
A statement he relays to me often is, "You die only once."
Ivanka was born in the Bronx. She's one of New York's 170,000 Ukrainian Americans supporting their country from afar. Some urging the community to reach out to lawmakers.
You know, if you're really tired of something, try writing to your member of Congress, try getting a meeting with a member of Congress.
Democrats in Congress depend on bipartisan support to pass a bill that would impose serious economic sanctions on Russia. The bill would also beef up military support on the ground. While negotiations continue in Washington, D.C., the Ukrainian community in New York is keeping a close eye on their homeland.
These guys are, they're our heroes. They're our frontliners. So we got to be there for them. He blushed.
For CJS News, I'm Shakti Langlois-Ortega in the East Village.